So in today's video, I'm going to share this stunning 3 gorgeous eye looks using the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. It's a beautiful eyeshadow palette that you can definitely try out. I'm going to show you each and every step of doing this eyeshadow looks. I hope you're going to definitely like it. But before that, make sure you subscribe and let's get started. So this is how this gorgeous palette looks like. It's a beautiful colorful palette having some neutral eyeshadows as well. So look number 1 is glittery teal halo eyes, for which at first I'm taking the shade called Haze, which is basically a matte mint shade from the palette, and with the help of a fluffy blending brush I'm going to deposit the color in my crease and also blend it really well on all over my crease as my transition shade. Now taking the shade called Hot Mess, which is a muted berry color from the palette, and with the help of a precise crease brush I'm going to apply it in the inner corner of my eyes, in the outer corner of my eye, and also going to connect them together by using the same shade but with the help of some other brush, which is basically a pencil brush. As you can see, I'm defining my crease line with the help of this particular shade. Going back to the shade called Vortex, which is a dark deep plummy color from the palette, I'm deepening my outer corner, inner corner, and my crease. Now going back to the shade called Haze one more time, I'm going to blend out the edges so that there is no harsh lines. Taking the shade Hot Mess again, I'm going to blend out my crease line so that everything looks well blended and it helps in creating beautiful gradient on my eyelid. Now taking the shade called Mercury, which is basically a beautiful sparkling teal color, I'm going to deposit it just at the center of my eyelid, going to just even out the edges of that sparkling teal shade with the help of the shade called Hot Mess, which makes everything look beautiful. Tightlining my upper waterline with the help of a black kajal and taking the shade called Supermoon, which is my favorite shade from the palette, guys. It's a beautiful silver color having lots of shimmer particles. I'm just applying it at the center of my eyelid, also going to intensify it so that it looks much more intense, and it just helps in creating beautiful kind of sparkling effect on your eyes. Taking the Hot Mess shade one more time, I'm going to blend out my outer corner and the inner corner, and this will help in making everything looks really nice and there is no harsh lines. Applying a teal kajal on my lower waterline, applying it really thickly because I'm going to smudge that kajal with the help of the mint color just all over my lower lash line like this, and with the help of the Hot Mess shade and with the help of a very small little pencil brush, I'm going to apply it in the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line, followed by that teal shade. I'm going to apply it in the inner 1/3 of my lower lash line to just make it look similar to my lid color, to add a lot of sparkles. And I'm drawing a beautiful winged eyeliner using the Kiko Milano gel eyeliner, which is very intense, at the same time complete matte gel eyeliner, and you can see this is how it turned out. Now to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, I'm going to take the shade Supermoon and also going to put it in the inner corner of my eyes and also highlighting my brow bone with it, and you can see this is how the eye look turned out. Beautiful. I've applied a pair of falsies. So for the lipstick, I am applying Swiss Beauty HD matte lipstick in the shade Cute Nude, and this is how the look turned out. So for the second look, I'm going to create silver purple halo eyes, for which at first I'm taking the shade called Hot Mess. With the help of a petite small crease brush, I'm going to deposit the color in my crease and also in the outer and the inner corner of my eyes. Now using small circular motion, I'm going to blend that out. And I'm going to take the shade called Libra, which is a muted lilac shade from the palette. I'm going to apply it on all over my crease to create a beautiful transition shade. Going back to the shade called Off Balance, which is a muted beige shade from the palette, I'm going to one more time blend out my crease. Now I'm taking this dark plummy shade called Vortex, and with the help of that small crease brush, I'm going to deepen my outer corner, inner corner, and also my crease line. Going back to the shade Off Balance one more time, I'm going to blend out the edges so that there is no harsh lines, because this kind of eye look needs a lot of blending. Now I'm just cleaning the center of my eyelid with the help of a Q-tip and my micellar water. Now at the center of my eyelid, I'm going to apply a little bit of concealer because I'm going to create halo eyes. And from the palette, I'm taking the shade called Ultraviolet, which is basically a sparkling purple shade. I'm applying that shade basically in the inner and the outer part of that center of my lid where I have applied the concealer, leaving the center of my lid where I'm going to apply the shade called Nebula, which is basically a sparkling silver shade having lots of blue shimmer particles, purple shimmer particles, and you can see this is how the center of my eyelid looks like. Now I'm going back to the shade called Hot Mess. I'm going to just blend out the edges so that everything looks seamless, and I'm also applying a little bit in my crease line so that my crease line looks much more edgy and defined. Going back to the shade Vortex one more time, I'm going to deepen the outer and the inner corner of my eyes because that will help in intensifying the center of my eyelid. It will be looking more prominent. You can see I'm also applying it in my crease line a little bit to create more depth in my crease so that it helps in creating beautiful kind of gradient on all over my crease. And you can see this is how the center of my lid looks like. Applying a nude eye pencil on my lower waterline to make my eyes look bigger. Now I'm taking the shade called Hot Mess. I'm going to apply it on all over my lower lash line, followed by the shade called Vortex, which I'm going to apply very close to my lashes in the upper part of my lower lash line. Now I'm taking the lilac shade called Libra. I'm going to blend out all the two shades which I have applied on my lower lash line, and going back to the shade called Nebula, I'm going to apply it just at the center of my lower lash line to match it with my lid color, and you can see it is looking so sparkling. I'm just drawing a beautiful winged eyeliner using the Kiko Milano gel eyeliner as well. It's very intense, at the same time very matte looking eyeliner that you can definitely try out, and it turned out to be like this. I'm going to take the shade called Supermoon one more time and going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. I have put on this kind of lashes, and this is how the eye look turned out. For the lipstick, at first I'm taking this lip liner by PAC in the shade So Spicy, and on top of that I am applying MAC Powder Kiss lipstick in the shade Kinda Sorta, and this is how this beautiful look turned out. So look number 3 is Rose Gold Ombre Eyes, for which at first I'm taking the shade called Off Balance, which is a muted light dusty rose color having beige undertone, and with the help of a fluffy blending brush I'm going to slowly deposit the color on my crease, basically on all over my crease, and blend it really well as my transition color. So you can see I'm taking my time to blend that color in my crease. Now I'm taking the shade Hot Mess, and with the help of a tapered blending brush I'm going to apply it just in the outer 2/3 of my eyes like this. Now using small circular motion I'm going to drag it towards my crease and blend it really well with my transition shade. This will help in creating beautiful kind of gradient in the outer corner of your eyes, and also will be helping you in creating beautiful ombre effect on your eyes. Now I'm taking the shade of Balance one more time and blending out my edges so that everything looks very nice. There is no harsh lines, at the same time everything looks really diffuse. Now I'm taking the shade Vortex, which is that dark deep plummy shade. I'm going to intensify the outer corner of my eye like this with the help of a small petite crease brush, and also going to drag it a little bit towards my crease, not too much, to make everything looks really diffuse and helps in creating beautiful gradient looks. Now I'm going to take the shade called Karma, which is a light peach shade. I'm going to apply it in the upper part of my lower lash line and blend it really well. Using a concealer and with the help of a flat shader brush, I'm going to cut my crease. As you can see, I'm cutting the inner 2/3 of my eyelid with the help of the concealer. I'm just creating a base for my shimmery eyeshadows to work on my eyelid. When the concealer is a little bit tacky, I'm going to take the shade called Supernova, which is a beautiful rose gold color, and with the help of my fingertips, I'm going to apply it just at the center of my eyelid, leaving the inner 1/3 of my eyelid, where I'm going to put the shade called Galaxy. This is more of a lighter version of that previous shade, and with the help of my fingertips I'm applying that shade in the inner 1/3 of my eyelid, and these shades work beautifully with the help of your fingers, guys. Taking the shade Vortex, I'm going to blend out my crease line because I'm going to diffuse the edges of the concealer that I have put on my eyelid, also just deepening my crease so that it helps in creating beautiful effect, a gradient kind of look on my eyelid, and also helps in diffusing those harsh lines. Going back to the shade of Balance, I'm going to blend out my crease really well so that there is no harsh lines. I'm going to tightline my upper waterline with the help of a kajal, black kajal, and for my lower waterline I'm going to use a nude eye pencil. This one is by PAC. You guys know this is the PAC Long Lasting Kohl in the shade Skin. It helps in just making my eyes look really bigger. Now I'm going to take the shade Hot Mess, and with the help of a small pencil brush, I'm going to concentrate it very close to my lash line, very close to the lashes, as you can see. And for the creating, just blending that shade, I'm going to use the shade called Off Balance. I'm applying it in the lower part of my lower lash line. I'm going back to the shade called Vortex and applying it in the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line. I'm using a small pencil brush. Taking the shade Supernova with the help of a small smudger brush, I'm going to apply it just at the center of my lower lash line, followed by the shade Galaxy. I'm applying it in the inner 1/3 of my lower lash line. I'm just doing the same thing that I have done on my lid. And now using the Surface's magnetized liquid matte eyeliner, I'm going to draw a beautiful winged eyeliner, and I also have applied tons of mascara. And this is my favorite L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. You can see it's so volumizing, so lengthening. I'm going to take the shade called Cosmic, which is a lighter, beautiful kind of baby pink color having lots of shimmer particles. With the shade, I'm going to highlight my inner corner of the eyes and also going to highlight my brow bone. And taking a clean fluffy blending brush, I'm going to blend out my crease so that my brow bone highlighter and my crease color looks well blended together. And this is how the eye look turned out. It's so neat yet so wearable, looks so beautiful. For the lipstick, I'm using a Stay Quirky liquid lipstick in the shade I Woke Up Like This. It's a beautiful kind of mauvey pinkish nude color wearable shade, and this is how it turned out. So this is how I have created these 3 gorgeous stunning eye looks using the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette. It's a beautiful colorful eyeshadow palette that you can definitely invest your money in. I like to mention all of these 3 looks look so beautiful, both with your western outfits as well as with your traditional outfits. These are basically beautiful festive looks that you can definitely try out. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, do not forget to hit this video a big thumbs up. We'll see you soon in my next video. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye guys.